4th in the world. If we look at how Moregard has done, he didn't even play in the first match against Australia. Against England, he came in, beat Sam Walker 3-1, and then Liam Fitzridge provided the same score. And against Poland, he was magnificent against Samuel Kulczycki. Good start there, a confident start for Martin Allegro, who lost his first match against the referee Chih-Yuan of Chinese Taipei.
There seems to be only really 2 left-handed players that can beat Truls Moregard the way he's playing at the moment. One of them is Marcos Freitas of Portugal, and the other, of course, is Wang Chu-Chin. He beat him in the final of the Star Contender at the Summer Series.
Martin Allegro also beat Koen Pung of Singapore 3-1. He lost his final group match against Filip Zelko of Croatia 3-2. He's started quite well here. Yeah, for you, the disadvantages of a left hand playing against a Moregard, what would they be?
Just that they're less common than right-handers, so they get more practice against right-handers than right-handers do against left-handers. But despite the advantage in terms of that Allegro has, I still think Truls Moregard here will have a little bit too much quality. But we will see, and of course, with forms like that.
Oh, you just talked about quality. What about that, Fraser?
Incredible. See that Stiga cyber-shaped blade? It adds about 11% extra surface area to the top of the blade.
Yeah, it's always a big talking point, isn't it, whenever Moregard plays? Tell us more about that.
Yeah, it's just new technology, innovation coming into the game. You don't really hit the ball much on the lower half of the bat. It tends to be at the top, close towards the edge. So Steve would have done that there.
It's a lovely shot of the bat itself, just to highlight your points. Delivered back to Allegro, who had no chance there. And his teammates enjoying it.
Truls not only has power as in the ability to step around and hit the ball so hard and flat at times with the backhand, but the way he can slow things down, as we saw there with that opening topspin, his creativity, his ability to shot block, his ability to block and just caress the ball is incredible.
He's truly got a special connection with the ball. The way he plays his shots, it's very unorthodox, isn't it? It's so entertaining to watch.
Oh, it's amazing, and it's one thing that makes him very feared by the Chinese national team.
Because he's unpredictable.
Absolutely. Got his first top 4 Chinese win in Budapest at the Summer Series. He beat Liang Jinkun. Incredible in the semi-finals, 4-2.
Well, he's barely broken a sweat here, Moregard, and he's already 4 up against Allegro. What does Allegro need to do here to kind of negate the unpredictability, the shot making of Moregard?
He has to be unpredictable himself. Moregard's a rhythmic player that is able to jam you up, so don't give him anything really that he can use back against you. Slow spin into the backhand, Truls can punch. There's no huge weakness really of Moregard, other than the fact that sometimes he can relax a little bit too much, but you see that with so many talented players.
He's just saved 1 game point here. Allegro, 5 more to go. Make that 4. Late rally here from Allegro. Look how far back he is. Moregard, and he can't counter-loop on that one.
This is why so many people are calling him the new Voldner, not just because he's from Sweden either. Rallies like this.
Brilliant, brilliant to watch. That's what people love to see, these sort of rallies. Still 3 game points though. Well, this has been good. This has been excellent from Allegro.
Really has been, but you see my point about relaxing too much.
Yeah, this is what you were talking about. Now you would say this is where he should be clinical and finish it off as fast as he can, but do you think he starts to switch off a little bit or try to have a bit of fun?
Yeah. Part of it is because he knows he can against most players, but look at Allegro here, just dismisses that float serve.
5 in a row for Martin Allegro. All of a sudden now will he turn it on? Let's see. It was on Allegro. He'll be a bit disappointed with himself that's how he lost that first game, but he did well to come back.
He did, but that's going to be so frustrating for him. It was almost as if Truls said, right, enough's enough. It's like, I'm going to let you come back, but then I'm just going to do you at the very last second.
Well, Truls Moregard wakes up a bit towards the end and he wins that first game 11-9. Well, suddenly he means all business because he's at the table very, very quickly. Truls Moregard.
The big talking point is how he toys with his opponents. And some fans would interpret that as being disrespectful and borderline audacious. And it's definitely audacious, it's not disrespectful. You can play exactly how you want.
Yeah, it's totally your prerogative. But you can see why a player on the opposing side might be a little... might interpret it differently.
Truls is a very fair player, though.
Yeah. Now it's a bit more business-like for him, isn't it? For now, anyway.
He comes to the table quickly after points. He rushes his opponents with the serve.
Allegro happier with that.
He's playing at about 60–70% right now, Truls Moregard.
That's scary, Fraser. That one was about placement, wasn't it, from Allegro?
That was really nice. He opened up the body, the shoulders. This guy's where he's going to the last second. He saw Truls move and then he went against his momentum.
Right.
Nice receive there from the Belgian.
The backhand there from Moregard.
That's quality. How much arc you put on that. The thing is that even to create such a slow spinning ball, your racket speed has to be even quicker. You're just brushing up the back of it slightly more.
Well, one thing about Allegro is he's sticking in there. He knows he cannot allow Moregard to run away. He did in the last game, and then, as you say, perhaps Moregard switched off a little bit. He doesn't want to take that risk. Far away, Moregard. He has no fear about going further and further back, does he, away from the table?
No, and it can be easily mistaken that he's not a player that's able to jam you up because he's so happy to go into the rally. But at the tight moments, he'll do something slightly different.
Right off the edge. If it isn't hard enough playing a world number 6, he gets a little rub the green like that.
Every kind of high production event that we've seen since the World Championships is just taking me back to Houston. He's done something, Truls Moregard. Despite not winning as many international titles as Lin Win-Ru, Wang Chuqin, Harimoto, he has something they don't. And it's a World Championship singles medal.
that they haven't achieved yet.
That they haven't achieved yet, and it's the World Championships and the Olympics that epitomises a player's legendary status. He could retire now and he'd already go down as a legend.
He's only 20. Yeah. Fair bit's done already.
But that's a big moment there in Houston, because that's either going to make him or break him. He's either going to sit on his laurels now, rest on his laurels, and not repeat that again, or even do better, or he's going to relax knowing that he's already achieved what he set out to do, so now he can play even more freely.
Yeah, there's more to come, isn't there, from Truls Moregard. But interestingly enough, has won 65% of his matches, that's 58 out of 89, but against left-handers, he has struggled. 47% of his matches, 16 out of 34. And that is a great shot. Good backhand there from Allegro.
But this man here is a top 100 player. He's 96 in the world. He's been as high as 86. And he's got amazing fundamentals. And interestingly, he's one of the few Europeans that uses a DHS blade.
Expand on that for us, will you, if you will, the DHS blade.
So that's the Marlon blade. And I think that is a good indication, the equipment, of who he idolises and what he watches. And I think Allegro is trying to take a lot from the Chinese in terms of his style. And he has good fundamentals, good basics.
This is really good stuff. That is a backhand and a half, isn't it, from Martin Allegro.
He plays the reverse pendulum, gets straight back very quickly after the serve to a neutral position, just rips it cross court. Truls just watches it like he's at the cinema.
Well, he looked like he was on a bit of a roll there, Allegro. Moregard suddenly stepped up again. Allegro's got a winning percentage of 93 out of 185 matches. There you go. He's keeping pace here.
Huge, because now he has the serves at 9-all. Wouldn't surprise me to see Moregard going something a little bit more dirty, as I like to call it, a bit more unorthodox.
I'm glad you clarified that. It's going to be very, very dirty now, isn't it? From Moregard. We don't want to stay in this. Game point here for Allegro. Would you believe it? Martin Allegro has taken a game here and he's tied the scores. Excellent from him.
Yeah, Allegro now with a leg in this match.
You've been waiting for that, haven't you?
A little bit.
I'm glad for you that you found the space to put that in. Truls Moregard, perhaps now this has become a bit of a match. Martin Allegro has taken game 2, 11-9. We'll have a change of commentary. We'll join us.
Kanske lite mer kort eller kanske flytt. Jag hade ett par skär i fåren också i starten, men sen det bara blir mitt i backen på honom. Det är du som ska börja jobba med efter egen serv, så är det du som har det. Okej? Kör, men. Ja.
Allez, chaque point, les gars. Chaque point qui reste là. Allez, allez.
Slightly jumped the gun there with Barbara away. He gave me a very quizzical look. I think I'll stick around a bit longer. Sorry, Fraser.
You enjoying it that much?
I'm enjoying it. Now that I've got a leg in. So. Well done to Martin Allegro. Focusing on the table tennis. So now, how has he stepped it up so fast? What has changed for you?
He's finding his distance here. Truls has been a little bit passive, playing like he has something to lose. Against a player like Allegro, you still have to earn your points, of course. I mean, look at the way he's playing so fluidly here. And body language and facial expression here of the vice world champion is a bit more concerned. I'm sure Jürgen Persson in the corner, a former world champion in his own right, still here to just...
I mean, it's a procession of points at the moment. And momentum is such a key thing, isn't it, in table tennis? He's feeling so confident. He's playing the confident shots. And that is just...
I think he knows that Truls is not at his best right now.
Yeah.
If he can take advantage of that, he'll see himself go 2-1 up here.
Well, that would be a remarkable turn of events, wouldn't it?
More intensity behind the forehands there.
Yeah, there does seem to be that. But Allegro is returning a lot that's thrown at him, isn't he? That is just jammed up here. I just wonder, Fraser, if the fact that they've not played each other before has any impact on this so far.
Right, I mean, Truls as the favourite, he's probably not too aware of what percentage he can play at to beat Allegro. He's not sure how intensely he needs to play, but I think now he's getting a real indication as to how he needs to play. Not too be familiar with Allegro, but not really how it feels to play him.
So someone might say to that, shouldn't you be coming into every match at 100%?
Right, and this is the talking point with Truls Moregard. He seems to have a different mentality around that. What can look to be cavalier is actually him giving it his best. He has a different philosophy around what intensity means.
I mean, he's got a very languid approach for sure, and he's not, we keep saying this, he's an unorthodox player, isn't he? Yes. So his approach is very unorthodox.
It's a very Swedish thing in table tennis. They believe it's as effective to jam people up as it is to hit a forehand winner, and that's true, and that's why they're so effective and why so many people struggle to play them. But this is a huge moment here. This would be the Belgians' best win by a country mile.
He's got him on the ropes at the moment, doesn't he, Allegro? The lead is 4. Truls Moregard has to start digging deep here. He's in actually a bit of trouble.
He's in a lot of trouble, and the Swede isn't stepping around the corner like we see him doing. He's not serving with enough intention and plan for the third ball. And he's always chasing. The receive of Allegro has been unbelievably good.
The lead is 5. Everything at the moment is going Allegro's way. What a point that was.
I think the backhand in the rally and the forehand in the rally is very good. I reckon Truls Moregard here is going to receive a word of wisdom from Jürgen Persson, and I think he's going to be told to slow spin into the forehand of the Belgian player. Ooh, snake shot off the net.
Is that just a little turning point that he needs? Slice of fortune, have a look at this.
The net catches the snake.
Which generally is the case, you think? The how to catch a snake?
Yeah.
6 game points for a 2-1 lead. Not sure many people would have had this down. That is a fantastic rally, and Truls Moregard showing what he can do.
I mean, how much flair from both players. Look at that from Allegro, and he forehand chop blocks it back and then fades it. Come on.
What about that backhand? Effortless from Moregard. These two serving up some brilliant table tennis.
Truls Moregard knows how to win matches while still making it look like an exhibition.
Isn't that the beauty of it all? Well, we have quite the match in our hands here. Now, Moregard's giving Allegro a taste of his own medicine, isn't he? Because he was in a similar sort of position in the first game, and now we have got that timeout.
Truls is one of those players where you really need to call the timeout if he's getting momentum. I mean, look at what he did at the World Championships. 3-0 down against Lim Jong-hoon, came back, saved match points against Franziska. He edges out people, and it's almost like he finds another gear. That kind of is almost something we see in the Chinese.
Allez, fais rien, mais il faut jouer. Allez, allez. Martin.
So go on, Fraser. Right now, he's still got 3 game points here at Allegro. Do you still think Moregard can take this game? Do you think he's still got it within himself to come back and win this? Say 12-10?
Well, I think if Truls Moregard wins this point on the receives, he will follow up very strongly behind the third ball. I could see this going to a juice game if, and only if, of course, as obvious as it sounds, Truls wins this point.
Okay. Well, as if to add to the drama, there's a little problem here with the scoring system. We've seen this happen a couple of times. So, who's this going to be? Who's this going to help more? Do you think this kind of delay, or is it not helping either?
That's a really hard question. You're really putting my head on the chopping block here.
Oh yeah, that's what you're getting the big bucks for. Come on,
we'll see. Okay, I'll call it. I'll put my head on the chopping block. If Truls wins this point, he'll win this game.
Yeah, you said that before, but I meant...
That's me avoiding the question.
Yes, totally avoiding the question, as in who that delay would have been better for. But, more importantly, going to your earlier statement, if he won that point, which he did, now Moregard goes on to win this.
Let's see. I think he could.
I think you might be right. The score, by the way, just ignore that. It isn't.
Don't know what is going on with this tablet here.
Yeah, it's not 1-love here. It is 10-8. Oh, actually, it's Moregard's serve. It's 8-10 now, isn't it?
That's right. Definitely
Which is
not 1-2.
Yeah. So you're saying now on his serves, he's going to win both his serve points, get it to 10-all, and then go on to. No, but you made a very clear point that
I think
the momentum shifts if he wins that point on Allegro's serve.
I think he will, although that might change now because of what we're seeing with this
delay.
Mm.
Okay, so had that been just normal, after having won that point, we were playing through, do you think Moregard would have won this?
I think so. He's done it so many times.
I think we're going to go with the manual scoreboard for now, just to save some time, which Moregard doesn't look very happy, I have to say. Just feels like someone who wants to get on with things, doesn't he, Moregard?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, both players.
Actually, most players do, right?
Mm. Frustrating to have to be present at the table with this delay. Truls helping out there with the scoreboard. Wow. I mean, that really epitomises what he feels right now.
Not sure why it's 1-all. Well, they're all pitching it. Unusual for you?
I'd say, I mean, some of these umpires, of course, feel the pressure as well as the players. It's such a big event, so watched by the entirety of the world of this sport.
So to go back to that point now, it is 8-10. Back on serve, there you go. Just to confirm this, 8-10. Moregard with 2 serves. This is absolutely key. Well. Fraser's wrong.
He misses the third ball. Wow, he got the receive that he wanted.
He got the receive he wanted and he couldn't put it away. And now Allegro has that lead. This was not something we expected. And Fraser, we have to say, he's played superbly. Martin Allegro 11-8, he takes game 3. 11-8, he's 2-1 up.
Jouer les balles vers l'avant pour garder la qualité, pas en arrière, pas en arrière. Si tu démarres la première bien, t'es une 12e balle, tu peux.
这个机器系统坏了，就是方便器啊。
Tracy, you and I, before this tie, were talking about how Sweden would have a relatively easy stroll through this one. It's proved anything but.
First game, Sweden.
It's interesting. I wonder how much of this is Truls testing himself to see how he can respond if he allows himself to get it down. Some players do that, you know.
That is high-risk strategy, isn't it?
He knows he's in a team with a very, very good strength and depth. Everyone here is top 20 level on the Swedish team.
Well, I mean, to emphasise your point, he's just won 2 very good points there. This one has to go to 5 now if he wants to save this first match.
I still fancy Truls Moregard to be the victor of this match.
That's exactly the return he would have wanted. Moregard puts that away nicely.
It's just too pretty. That top block there, it just takes all the pace off. He plays it wide, and then that's the signature forehand. He's got a long stroke on the forehand, Truls Moregard. Definitely European.
I think there might be some credence in your theory at the moment with what's going on here. Because Moregard seems to have turned it on completely in this game. There's 4 unanswered points.
He doesn't care how he wins. He doesn't feel the pressure as much during the game. It's more before he feels the pressure of the game. All he cares about is getting through.
Do you know what? And this is 5-love now. Let's remember who their next opponents are. If they win this. China. Almost certainly China. So your thinking is he's now putting himself in that situation. If he goes down against China, how is he going to respond? That maybe is some kind of rehearsal?
There's definitely some greenness in that hypothesis.
Okay. That is a word I did not think we would have in commentary. Hypothesis, I love it. Thank you for that, Fraser. Oh, down the line from there, nonchalant.
How much swagger is on that forehand? Look at this. Oh, no way. No. That's ridiculous.
He's got that back.
No.
Double-handed backhand.
No.
He is playing brilliantly, though he has lost that point.
Taking inspiration from Ugo Calderano, but then he tries to do it again. Who else do you see doing this, apart from Truls Moregard?
It is something to behold. We saw it yesterday in Hungary's match. Andorra, and today again. 9 game points. Oh,
Oh my goodness.
well, that's Truls Moregard, isn't it? Again, almost a languid style of his.
One of the most marketable men in table tennis. He can make you laugh. He can make you just, you know, go through all the motions while watching him play. And then he might throw a little bit of controversy in there. He might make you feel nervous. He might lose these next few points. Then he might call a timeout and just make you think.
But who knows what he's exactly who knows what he's thinking, what he's doing. There you go. This is much more of what we thought would be happening. Truls Moregard has turned it on in game 4. He's won it very quickly, and he's had, as Fraser said, some swagger about it. He's beaten Martin Allegro in game 4, 11-3. We're going into a fifth.
Samma om det blir brott så aktiv det är
mycket aktivare i detta sättet. Det spelar liksom ingen roll om du är dåligt, om du gör ordentligt så kommer han missa någonting också.
C'est une faute ici, active drive directement derrière, pas la moitié. Sur son service, tu fais déjà bien. Fais déjà bien. Tu décides de mettre course à toi de jouer. C'est toi qui sais, c'est toi qui joues. Le gars derrière, il faut que tu enchaînes. Et tu restes tout. Juste ça, il n'existe pas. Hein. Allez, mec, allez.
Well, this certainly has been a very, very entertaining start to this tie. We're into a fifth. Not sure many would have expected that, but then I'm not sure what you ever expect with Truls Moregard.
The biggest reaction we've seen from Allegro. This is the biggest game of his career. And it is, I'd say that's Moregard, probably not true.
What do you think?
This is a risk with not treating each point on an individual merit. You can find yourself in this position, right? But then he's probably going to throw in some quality that we haven't even seen, or something that's a bit different.
There's no doubt he turned it up in that last game. You'd agree with that?
Yeah.
Allegro, I mean, we cannot discount him as well in this, right? There are two parts to this equation.
Oh yeah.
And he's turned up, he's played really well today as well.
He uses the Allegro spin against him there.
So he ties the scores here. Moregard.
I imagine Moregard is a very hard player to coach. Not in terms of technique and the philosophies and fundamentals, but in a match, he can do his own thing, or at least seem to. And another chop block.
Yeah, goes into the lead for the first time in this game.
Fruit Ninja.
There's something stealthy about him, that's for sure. Now, does he turn this on and build that lead? The answer is an emphatic yes. Allegro just threw his hands in frustration. See if we can get that reaction here when he loses this point.
That is a beautiful squat. It's just like, oh, Truls, just give up now.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, now he's back, isn't he?
I want to rephrase, because Truls does treat each point on its own merit, but not with the same intensity.
That was key. You're right. Glad you added that in.
This must be so annoying.
For Allegro?
Oh,
just
yeah.
to hold the way this is panning out.
This whole, I mean, this guy here, Truls Moregard, he treats the court like his playground.
As he should.
It's like Allegro's built himself a nice little sandcastle, and Truls Moregard just walked over and just booted it over.
But he got a little annoyed with himself there. Truls Moregard. Three points ahead now, Moregard. Now what's he doing there, Moregard? He just seemed a little annoyed.
When it's 7-all, it's anyone's game, right? Mentally, even more than physically, mentally. Truls has the mental advantage because he's so unpredictable, right? That's what a dangerous player is. Someone who you can't read, someone who you can't tell what they're thinking. And that's Truls to a T.
The power there from Moregard, who's now within sight of finishing this off. 3 points away. That's the magic numbers. 3's the lead he's got as well over Allegro. He's got some thinking to do here. There we go. Oh, would you look at that?
Oh my goodness me. It's like a West End musical.
Go on.
Imagine him on stage, Truls Moregard, with just an orchestra behind him and the crowd are just going nuts, going through all the emotions watching him.
That was a new one, Fraser, I have to say.
He has aims. Nothing's ever as it seems, is it? And he has seriously high aims of himself, Truls Moregard, but yet he looks so aimless at times when he plays.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. As you say, because it's so unpredictable, he's now got 4 match points. You just don't know what's going to happen next. So Truls Moregard comes back and he wins with some style and swagger.
Doesn't care how he wins, just that he wins. And what an interesting match. It's almost as though the Swede there wanted us to be scratching our heads after that performance.
Yeah, there seemed to be some design about this from Moregard. It has been a very, very good watch. It really has. Truls Moregard beats Martin Allegro 11.